Okay, what are these signs that I think the same way you looked at this lady and you're like, ah, it's going to be my wife? No, and now I'm here and I'm like, what are these signs that could someone, as I'm getting into marriage, look into and be like, I think this guy is serious. I think this guy is serious.
Now, one of the first things that should tell you that a man is serious
Yeah.
is the fact that he actually honors his word. If I met a guy today, the next day we are having a conversation, and we agree that let's meet at Serena
Yeah.
at 2.
Yeah.
And you know something? This guy makes up an excuse that his brother is sick, so he can't make it. That's fine.
Yeah.
That is an excuse today.
Okay.
Tomorrow, that day he fails. The next day, he fails too. He tells you, I'm going to call you back in the next 10 minutes. And he doesn't call. Oh, signs are coming out very clear.
Yeah.
The other day, he tells you, let's go to church Sunday morning,
Yeah.
and maybe after church we can have lunch. He doesn't come for church Sunday in the early morning. He comes for lunch because it will be after church and he's picking you.
Yeah.
Does this serve to be the same word that he used before?
No, it doesn't.
And these signs that actually this guy may not be a serious person, may not be a man committed to his word.
Okay.
Which other signs do you need?
Wow. As you're saying, these red flags you've already talked, you've already mentioned. Yeah, and now here we're in marriage. What are those common mistakes that we are facing in marriage? Now in relationship, I think if you're there, you've learned something. But now here in marriage, to those who are viewing us in marriage.
It is still the same interesting topic again.
Yeah.
And now that we are building from that, now we are advancing from a relationship, and now we are proceeding to marriage.
Yeah.
Now, before we actually proceed, be sure that if you started with these mistakes that we have talked about,
Yeah.
now you are carrying the mistakes into
Marriage.
now. This is no longer a relationship. No. Now this is a lasting relationship,
Yeah.
a lasting covenant.
Of course.
It's a promise that you've given someone, and not before yourself, but before your families, before even God in heaven. For those of you who have actually married officially in church, you have actually made the covenant with God that you are committed to this person for the rest of your life.
No retreat, no surrender.
No retreat, no surrender.
Yeah.
Till death do us part.
Definitely.
Now, when you advance and you are advancing from mistakes,
Yeah.
and these are very common that most people, all of us actually, the biggest percentage will carry.
Yeah.
Take an example you have carried from the fact that you didn't actually have enough time to understand each other. Now you're advancing to marriage.
Yeah.
You have advanced to marriage. This is a common one. You are advancing because you are actually pregnant.
Of course,
and
most
you feel
times.
inside you, you don't want to let this beautiful woman down.
Yeah.
To fail to fulfill your promises.
Yeah.
And now you're making it to marriage.
Of course, now you're expecting a kid. You should have to bring this person in.
She comes.
Yeah.
She's now going to be a woman, a mother.
Yeah.
She's going to be a wife, because the moment she advances to your house, whether you are wedded or not, you have actually become husband and wife.
Definitely.
According to the perception.
Yeah.
In the first place, that is not encouraging. That is not the first foundation you would want for a relationship. But because of the errors or the era we are in, we end up into it.
Of course,
and
many
you have
have
to
been
correct
at fault.
the mistakes as you move along the way. You have to do the on-job training as you advance to become a child, and now you are a mother. Now you have to have a child.
Of course.
This is what happens when you advance with such a mistake.
Yeah.
In the shortest time possible in your marriage, you will have a child.
Yeah.
In that shortest time, you have understood literally not more than 20% of this person that you have married.
Of course, you're just getting now to know each other.
You're getting to know each other. Let me make a quick reminder that every woman, when she gets pregnant, there is a mood swing they dress in.
Of course.
Many people may not realize this. But look here, when she's dressed in these mood swings, she's dressed in the swings when you actually don't even understand her very well.
Yeah.
That you can say, no, that's not my wife.
Okay.
The wife I know is the other one, because you already know each other for long.
Yeah.
You can defend her mood swings.
Of course.
But now you don't know her, so you have no reason to defend her swings.
So you only know this.
Now you're beginning to know this person, the wrong side. Because you actually don't know her
Yeah,
from the
having those
place.
mixed emotions and all that.
She has given birth now.
Yeah.
You have a baby in the house. You literally didn't understand each other. Now you're coming on to deal with the third person, who is both of you's responsibility. And look here, the biggest responsibility falls on a woman.
Definitely.
On the wife. And look here, you will feel it inside you that she has actually transited and transferred the love she had for you to the baby.
To the baby, now she's looking more to this baby.
And look here, still remember the first mistake we did. You didn't understand each other very well.
Oh, this mistake scans one another. It's the
It brings another one. You're already along the way. You lost your way.
Yeah.
You must continue. You can't come back.
Ouch. That's serious.
You get it?
Yeah.
Along the way, when she has given birth and she's breastfeeding, probably the attachment with what you call the reason you married her is little. She's literally tired. She has a lot more work to do at home. She has a lot more work to do for you and also for the child and then for herself.
Definitely.
That's in my book. There is a picture of a woman with about 20 hands.
Yeah.
Touching this, she's preparing food, she's washing clothes, your clothes and the baby's clothes, including her own. She's preparing food for you and for the baby. The baby's crying, she has to take care of the baby crying while she's putting up. Like a lot of hands surrounding one person.
Yeah.
And you expect that in that shortest time you will actually understand her, or you have understood her, and you're willing to put up with all that.
You can't.
Do you see how complicated it is?
It's so complicated.
Now, it simply means that if you begin from the wrong foundation, it is so big a chance that it might end up wrong.
Definitely, because the way you're saying it, it's already on the wrong turn.
There is also something called testimony effect.
Yeah.
When you look at all the platforms in the world today, the most trending stories, if we put on a platform and we put, let's say, a story of a woman struggling with a man, and a story of a man who is happy with his family, which of the two will trend?
The other one having
the moment it's a bad story,
negativity
will trend.
Goes very fast.
People will be saying, that man, he abused the woman.
Yeah, people welcome negativity easily.
That time and today, the most trending stories are the bad stories.
Yeah.
And what do people emulate? They actually pick the bad stories and incorporate them to think that they are actually happening in their own relationships.
Yeah.
The media has filled us with a lot of negativity in this institution of marriage, that people think their relationships are wrong before they actually become wrong. People think, I don't need to date because anyway they will cheat on me. Why? Because everyone on social media is talking about
bringing that.
Is making it sound real.
You expect it before it happens.
You actually assume, no, it is actually.
Yeah, I've heard most women say that man will always cheat. There is no man for one.
Look here, that word a man will always cheat, you can find it on more than 20 girls' status on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Then you will find a good story of someone saying, my husband is the honest man I can ever meet.
It's hard even to
share something like that.
It's very hard, yeah.
Now, it's a very huge mistake to pick the other stories and we incorporate them into our relationship. Every marriage has its own price.
Of course.
My good marriage has a price that I have attached to it. If it's good, if it's bad, that is also a price that I ought to pay because I didn't do what was right.
Okay.
Testimony effect has affected marriages, and because people pick it up and they assume it in their own marriage.
Yeah.
When the neighbor says, my husband beat me yesterday,
the
next day, chances are so high.
Yeah.
This woman, the moment she sees you thinking about, let's talk, she begins to think, hey, now we gotta cook kubanga neighbor.
Yeah, of course.
You understand?
Of course, negativity.
That negativity affects this institution, and it's one of the commonest mistakes.
So it's more that social media has maybe hurt our marriage, our relationship.
Actually, the whole world is affected by communication.
Yeah.
What people see in the movies, most times they think it should be in their actual life.
Life is not a telemundo, yeah?
I have written a script before.
Yeah.
What I write, when I stand behind the camera, I expect this person to put it the way I wrote it. If I'm a producer, for example.
Yes.
And look here, what you see on the screen is a script written by someone to make it look like they want it to be.
Wow. Okay.
When you watch a movie and you expect you're going to translate this movie into your own life,
yeah,
guaranteed, 110% it's a mistake.
So we should stop daydreaming the movie. You know, we grew up watching this
testimony effect.
Yeah.
Please get it out of your mind if you think you need to have a good marriage. And the bad story is there are actually good people,
yeah,
who have such a best testimony,
yeah,
that it is never shared. But because the bad ones are so many,
yeah,
that's what we perceive as the reality.
Of course, because, you know, the bad ones spread easily, and we have that.
There's another mistake, commonly the smartphones.
Yeah.
Your partner's phone. In my book, I put a picture of a man.
Yeah.
He's sleeping.
Yeah.
He's on his phone.
Yeah.
And then the wife is also behind.
Yeah.
She has her phone.
Yeah.
But she's peeping on the one for the man.
Of course, we always have those side eyes.
Very good. Have
yeah,
the side eyes. But let me tell you this.
Yeah.
In this era we are in today.
Yeah.
If you look out for your spouse's phone to look for any mistake you want in life,
yeah,
trust me, guaranteed, you will find it.
I may want to have the assurance.
Saying, look here,
yeah,
because you already in mind, you're looking for something wrong, you definitely must find it. How? You will not miss someone saying sweetheart in her phone.
Yeah, of course, you have to explain who would say sweetheart.
Now, don't look for things that you do not want to use. Don't look for answers that you don't want to use.
But that means you're cheating. Someone is cheating.
I'm telling you, whether you are actually doing it or not,
yeah,
there is an answer that someone who is looking for a negative from your phone will find.
Okay.
There is this workmate who greets you, hey babe. That's a word commonly. Sweetheart, actually, the word sweetheart, a word darling.
Yeah.
Those are commonly used words, even with friends. But you know something, you go to her phone or you go to his phone because you're looking for a mistake. Guaranteed, you will find that and it will be a mistake for you, and you'll begin from that and quarrel.
Ouch.
The best thing is,
yeah,
it's your partner's phone. The information you don't need,
yeah,
I look for it.
So we should be like, okay, that's single with phones but married together.
Look here.
Yeah.
By the time your partner thinks they should hide this information from you, they are actually protecting you.
Maybe.
If my wife cheated on me with a certain man,
yeah,
and she feels I don't have to know, she's protecting my emotions not to get hurt.
Oh, that's good. But then
remember, now we are not focusing on saving a relationship.
Yes,
we are now saving a marriage.
Okay.
Remember, you have committed something wrong. You have done something wrong.
Yeah.
But you know something? The Bible says, till death do you part.
Yeah,
so how do I protect you, for example, if I did such a mistake? How do I protect you not to get hurt?
But by the time I go into someone's phone or start following you up, I think you've given me the suspicions or the reasons to
ask yourself before you actually look for this information.
Yeah.
What do I need this information for? Do I need it so it becomes a justification for us to divorce? It becomes a justification for us to talk about it? It becomes a justification for us to do what? When you answer that question, you have a reason to look for it or you don't.
Oh God, that clicked in.
You get it?
Yeah.
That is another big common mistake.
Okay, my mind wasn't looking the end result. Okay, my mind is now like...
In this, the focus is the end. Why? Because we must end together. We are purposed to end together.
So it's better not
Yes,
to.
probably there is a mistake that I've already committed. Let's assume it's human because mistake is human.
Yeah.
Right? So how do I deal with it? Do I look for this information to justify and divorce him? Do I look for this information to justify and leave him? What exactly am I looking for? The moment you understand what you're looking for, then you have a reason to look for it, or you don't.
Wow, this is real knowledge.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then, before we proceed, there is another common mistake that happens in marriage.
Yeah.
On one of your videos, I watched you talk about finances.
Yeah.
Only that you had broken it down into dealing with bills. In the era we are in today, it is a common mistake when you marry someone and you assume that as a man or as a woman that their finances are not our finances. It is a very big common mistake, and everywhere where they have found it later on, it is a bad story.
How?
I watched my father and my mother struggle over finances.
Yeah.
And the reason they were struggling with the finances was because of the daily responsibilities of the children they gave birth to.
Yeah.
They have a joint account. They are putting together some finances.
Yeah.
The way they are spent.
Yeah.
The finances, the way they are spent, and what is expected. What was the priority for the money? Now, it is okay to have a joint account as a couple if you have.
Of course.
Very good. Call it a development account, family development account. But the little monies that people spend, I think in my opinion, it should be left at their leverage.
Really?
When you begin saying, my wife or my husband earns 500,000, and before you finalize the 500,000 and you're sure it is done on the account, you can only pull out 10,000 after you have known that it's actually done.
Okay,
it's one of the bad mistakes.
Yeah, do that.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, it simply means the economic conditions we are in require both of us to help each other. How? If you have, if I have paid rent, and then she has the money, she can pay the water bill.
Okay, that's not bad. I think it's not bad. Depends with your pattern.
The mistake is only here. When it is assumed that a sentence musajja, the money for the man is our family money, my money.
It's my money.
As a chikazi.
Yeah, we call that.
You get gambe chikazi chituweko. Tujazi chikizaruvanyuma. Now, it is a mistake when you think that a woman should actually not be part of your development, because the Bible says when they get married, they become one. Of course. So when we are one, we have different thoughts, but we have thoughts that bind us as a family. A man is the leader of the family. There are thoughts that rhyme with the goals of the family. And those ones, you ought to be part of them.
So it has to be a 50-50 or
it doesn't have to be a 50-50. Because what you contribute and what I contribute is entirely different. You could be earning more and I'm earning less. At a time, maybe I don't have a job and you have a job. It doesn't stop our family goals to continue if you are still earning. They could be retardated, but they are continuing. Okay. So, family resources and my resources should be talked about. Should be discussed.
I've seen most with ladies, it's a few. I think on 100, we're only having like 5 is what I could say.
That will contribute.
That would contribute, because the moment a woman starts contributing, oh God.
But also,
it will be hard all over the community.
But also, take another scenario of when a woman is actually not contributing, but she's part of the results.
I get it.
You know that?
She's part of the results. So, which of the two do you choose to do? Do you choose to ignore her not to contribute and she's part of the results?
It still works when she's she's
exactly. So instead of making her not to feel that she's part of the results. Let her feel that she is actually in the development process with you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
whatever results you have, you account for them as the two of you.
Okay. Wow. That's good. For the married, please be part of your husband's development. Feel
If you
like
are, trust me, a man will always respect you.
Okay.
A man who is telling you move out of the house when she knows that you actually contributed to part of it, says it with a lot of hesitation. They may not actually want you out, but they would want to discuss the thing together.
Wow. Okay, that's great. As we conclude, by the way, there is that advice that you could want to give to this viewer seeing us, watching us, wherever they are. What could that be, that last?
I would wish to talk to everyone out there who feels that they want to be married, or as the Bible says that when they grow up they find each other and get married. There's one thing that I talk about in my book, and it says it's the biggest myth of humanity to think that every child has the same life cycle like they are. In my language, in Runyankole, there is a common word. I don't know, I don't think it's a saying, but it's common. They say, enyamonyo kwe kuleribu. Meaning that, meaning that when matoke grows and it reaches the right stage, they should cut it and eat it.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
They are referring to a woman that when she grows, she should get married and be taken away. But let me tell you this, it's the biggest myth of humanity.
How?
By the word myth, I mean it is one wrong thing that people got wrong. Look at the population in the world.
Yeah.
Now let's face the reality in the modern days.
Yeah.
When you look at the population of Uganda today, the ladies are almost ×3 of the men's population.
Yeah, that's true.
Part of this population of men is in prison.
True.
Too bad story.
Yeah.
Part of this population of men do not have the capacity to get married.
Okay, right.
Part of this population, even when they would have the resources and everything to get married, they feel it is not their thing. So how on earth do you expect me, a person who is a researcher, to listen to you and you tell me every child, every woman will get married? To who? And the Bible says that for the men, get one, get married to that one, and you become one. So where will the rest marry? So does this serve to be a myth?
It is now.
It is.
Now it is.
Honestly, let no one lie to you out there that you will get married. Everyone must get married when you do not have the qualities to actually put you there.
Okay.
That's the reason today we have a lot of single parenting.
Yeah.
It's the reason we have so many girls not getting married, because they actually don't even look like what it requires. A part of also the population of men, there are even those who cannot afford any responsibility.
Yeah, we have them.
We have them.
Yeah.
They feel, even when I have the money, taking care of a woman, I will not.
It's hectic.
So, I would wish to communicate to everyone out there that let's stop looking at marriage as a wrong thing. Let's stop looking at marriage on a negative side. Let's look at marriage as something that has happened before, is still happening, and will forever happen.
Of course.
And the best results from a marriage, I compare it with success. Success is one hard thing to achieve. And it is very hard because what it requires, most people can't afford. The same applies to marriage.
Okay.
It is not hard, but the pain it takes to love means to have pain for this one person, means to get committed. If you are not committed, marriage is not for you. If you're not ready to compromise, marriage is not for you. If you're ready to fight, marriage is not for you. But you know something, there is hope. Even you out there, you can work on yourself and pull out the best of you to make it in marriage.
Wow.
Have the right mindset, have the right attitude. Go for it. Don't go to try. The moment you go to try,
Yeah.
you're done. Because
Just go
when
for
you
it.
try, you have a chance to fail. And
Come back again.
so don't
Yeah.
go to try.
Go
Go
for
to do
it.
it. As a woman, be sure of what you want when you are going to get married. Today there is this common thing of kangezeko.
Yeah.
The
Things are for
materialistic nature
trying.
of women. By the way, there are so many things that we have not exploited, but we can take it from there.
Yeah.
The conversation continues on the YouTube channels and everywhere. Please be sure that you know what you want before you go for it.
Of course.
So you can't harvest seeds of, you can't harvest maize when you actually planted beans. So have the right seeds for your marriage,
Yeah.
for your relationship, before you blame the garden to give you
The
apples
wrong.
or maybe
Yeah.
oranges when you planted beans.
It
So plant
can't
the
do
right
magic.
seed, you expect the best results of the same seed.
Yeah.
But if you plant the wrong one, be sure of the same results. Wrong one.
Wow. That's right and that's true. This is full of wisdom. So the mistakes you've been doing, I think I've learned something. I didn't know you that I should comment and tell me something that side. It has been a great, great moment chatting with you.
Thank you so much.
You're full of wisdom.
I wish I can share more. By the way, you can follow me. I have opened up my YouTube channel.
Yes.
It is also going to be there. The same content will be there all the time.
Okay.
There's my TikTok. It
Okay.
is also up. I haven't put content, but it's already up.
Yeah.
Achim Abaho, you can find me there.
Please follow, subscribe, follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on Twitter, very soon it will be there because I need to use those platforms to disseminate the books.
Yeah.
So all this information will be there. Find it. Use it for your benefit.
Wow, we have to.
Use it for your benefit.
Thank you so much.
You're
Till
welcome.
next time, guys, I love you. Those who comment, those who subscribe, like and share. It's always a great honor to me. Thank you so much. Till next time. Love you guys. Stay blessed.